Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's June 28th, Thursday morning. We just had the release of the weekly export sales numbers. Corn was below trade estimate at 292. 300 to 500 was the estimate there. Soybean sales were above the estimate at 793.1. Trade was expecting a 500 to 700,000 metric ton sales there. And the wheat fell below the range of estimates, 324,000 metric ton. Trade was looking for anywhere from 450 to 600. So giving us signs that high prices is certainly slowing down the export market. Now, we've got a lot of things that we could be talking about this morning, but the thing that everybody wants to talk about is the weather, and are we going to get rain? And the weather forecasts have put a little more rain in the forecast for the northern half of the Corn Belt here in the 1 to 5 day period. But the bottom line is traders, as well as us here at Allendale, we want to see rain in the gauge, not rain in the forecast, because the forecast doesn't help the crop a whole lot. It's the amount of rain that we get. With the higher temperatures that we're looking forward to here over the next several days, some rain is going to be critical until we get this crop made or get through pollination in corn especially. Now, Reuters did a survey yesterday of analysts, and they're coming up with a yield of 157 on average. However, I think the trade right now is expecting and looking at a potential yield much less than the 157. The big news is the stocks report tomorrow morning, the quarterly stocks report, the planted acreage report, two very big reports that many times have yielded a limit move in one direction or the other. So we expect to see some more volatility premium put in the option markets today as we go into this report, and trade maybe sideways, even with the weather looking as if we're not going to get any rain at this point in time, but we'll be watching forecasts there. So we've got a lot of potential volatility ahead of us here in the next 24 hours. Some other facts that need to be known, although they may not have a huge impact right now, and that is export prices for corn here in the U.S. have continued to rise, and therefore Brazil's price of corn is now $30+ a ton cheaper than the U.S., so the export buyers will likely go to South America rather than the U.S. The other thing is we're seeing domestic basis drop significantly. And we're also hearing of ethanol plants closing operations. Valero closed a plant in Indiana, announced that closure yesterday. Because of economic reasons, simply because the corn price is too high and the ethanol price is too low. They can't make any money. So that's continuing to happen. We're seeing some decrease in basis. With the run-up yesterday, we did see some increase in cash movement. So that is also creating some pressure there. Corn basis yesterday was down 8 cents as of last evening. Bean basis, however, continuing very strong. As you can see in the weekly export numbers, bean sales are continuing strong for this time of year, and that's providing some positive influences there. In the livestock sector, we got hogs and pigs report out tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. That's going to be watched very closely, as the trade right now is expecting 101% total hogs and breeding herd to be 100.7%, so a slight increase there, but that could change when you look at the profitability. The Iowa State University puts out their pork break-even numbers and suggesting there's significant losses in the pork industry, again, due to this high corn price that we're seeing in front of us here. So that is going to be watched very closely. We also have the poultry industry egg sets put out at 98% or 2% below a year ago. Now you got to remember the year ago we started to decrease egg sets and starting to run 2 to 3% below the previous year. So we're comparing against a lower number, and we've got chick placements at 100%. So seems like the poultry industry is kind of holding steady at this point in time, even with the high feed costs and input costs that they're dealing with. In the cattle trade, choice beef was up 10 cents, select up, or choice was up 19, select up 10. Pork cutouts were up 10 cents yesterday. Traders are expecting cash cattle to trade a little higher this week, maybe $1 to $2 higher, back at that 117, 118 level compared to that 116 last week, and that could support futures here. Futures are getting influenced by the economic news. We've got some macro news that we're going to be watching very closely as well that is going to affect all markets, and that is the summit, the EU leader summit in Brussels. We probably won't get any announcements of any decisions out of there till tomorrow afternoon. And we have the Supreme Court making a decision today, giving us a ruling on Obamacare. That could impact economic and equity markets considerably here today. So a lot of things going on, a lot of reasons to stay in touch with Allendale's research. You can reach us at 800-262-7538. Also want to remind everybody, if you missed the Ag Leaders webinar, it was a great webinar on Tuesday night. It is online now. It's recorded, and you can listen to what Drew Lerner and Rich Nelson had to say about the markets. Also, Frank Lepacket was on there giving us some ideas about the technical ability of this market. So you can get that. Just go to the home page and log in there. It's certainly welcome. It's absolutely at no cost. So we wish everybody a very successful trading day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.